Right, you just want to start with your feet together, turn your feet out and then follow out your heels. Lift your toes up. If you wait, really squeeze the balls and the heels of your feet, and between each foot, your toes go back down. Move up, but keep your knees nice and soft, which means they're still straight, just don't lock your joints out. Up again, neutral spine, heels and hands on hip bones, fingertips going to the pubic bone. You're looking for as close to the straight line in there as you can manage. So rock your pelvis back and forwards to get as close as that will come. Move it up, tuck your chin, and reach to the ceiling through the crown of your head, make your spine as long as possible. Take your shoulder blades back and down. Knee glide in your back pockets and shoot, stay there. Shoot yourself, re-bend your elbows, palms of your hands will face your sides. Your spine's nice and long. From there, your ear, shoulder and hip should be in one line. Pass just in front of the knee and your ankle joint. That would be ideal posture. When you breathe in, you're going to lift your pelvic floor, and when you breathe out, you're going to pull your belly button in. Hands go to the bottom of the ribcage. Take as deep a breath as possible in through your nose. Expand the ribs to the sides and to the back. Keep the tummy tight, and then forcefully exhale through your mouth. Take another nice big deep breath in through your nose. Again, forcefully exhale through your mouth. This time, when you breathe in, you're going to lift up your tiptoes as high as you can. Hold the top position. Breathe in as your left arm floats up. And then breathe in and out for 1 and 2. And each time you go gently, try and increase your range. For 3 and 4, breathe in and out for 5. Stay on the tiptoes if you're okay with it. For 6, here's 7. And there's number 8. The right hand stays up, the other hand goes up to join it. Breathe in as the arms passing out to come up to the top. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out for 3, and here's number 4, and then reverse, breathe in and out again, breathe in, staying up on the tiptoes and out, breathe in and out. The last one here, breathe in and out, hands drop down, hips are still neutral, stay up on the tiptoes if you're okay with it, turn your right hand up, and then reverse the movement for 1, there's 2, 3 and 4, drop onto your heels. Take a breath, keep your hips facing straight ahead, breathe in here and then breathe out and twist for 1, breathe in and out for 2 and 3. Hips face straight ahead, movement comes from above the hips for 5 and 6, here's 7 and there's 8. From there you open your feet up a wee bit wider, knees fall like your feet are facing, fingertips go inside your head, belly button stays pulled in, the hips stay square to the floor. Take a breath, lateral movement only for 1, breathe in back to top, and each time you go gently try and increase your range for 2, breathe in and out for 3, breathe in and out for 4, and there's 5, same thing, other side for 1, breathe in on the journey back up, now over for 2, breathe in and out for 3, 2 left, here's one of them, and here is the other, big movement. From there, bring the feet together, take a stretch up to the ceiling. From here, keep the weight on the heels, and then breathe out, try and roll down through your spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, controlling your descent. Do as deep as you can and hold the bottom position. Should feel a wee stretch in the hamstrings, maybe in your lower back. From there, keep the weight on the heels, tuck the tailbone under, breathe in, restack your spine all the way back at the top position, breathe in as you go, nice and slowly. Shoulder blades go back and down, draw big circles with your shoulders at the top for 2, breathe in and out for 3, and then reverse for 1, breathe in and out for 2, and there's 3. When the arms come round, breathe out, follow your head back down, allow the weight of the head to pull your spine over, 1 vertebrae at a time, keep your weight towards the heels, hands touch the floor again, go a wee bit deeper if you're okay with it, just hang at the bottom there, and keep breathing. From there, tuck the tailbone under, keep the weight on the heels, breathe in, stack your spine all the way back up the top, big stretch up to the ceiling. From there, keep the arms nice and long, breathe out, and roll yourself forwards, walk the hands out. From here, take a breath, keep your belly button pulled in, take your hips down the floor. You can hinge that forward now. Keep the tummy nice and tight, go to support the spine. Breathe in, back up on the tiptoes, make your spine as round as possible at the top. The exact opposite we did at the bottom. Exhale, take the hips back down the floor. Drop back to the knees if you have to, but keep the belly button pulled in. Tummy is nice and tight. Breathe in all the way back at the top. Big stretch, spine's round, shoulders are open. And the last one, exhale, hips all the way down the floor. Big stretch at the bottom. Again, drop back to knees if you have to, need to or want to. From there, pull back your heels, reach forward nice and long. That'll do you. From here, you're going to leave your hands where they are and then forward you come in a half push-up position. If it's easy, come up to a full push-up. Long straight line for your ear, to your shoulder, to your hip, to your ankle. Keep the tummy super tight. Breathe in on the descent. Breathe out the way back. Up for 1. Breathe in and out for 2. Stay nice and strong for 3. All the way down and all the way back up for 4. Again, if it's too hard, drop back to your knees for 5. Breathe in. Stay strong for 6. And 7. Here's number 8. Last 2 for 1. And the last one here. All the way down, pull back the heels for release. On your wrists, if you need it, big stretch all the way back. From there. So we're going to have your hands underneath your shoulders. Now don't lock your elbows out, but they stay straight. Pulls your shoulders, press the pinkies on the floor a wee bit harder. Tuck the toes under, keep your spine nice and long. Press the knees up off the floor. Now leave the left hand, the right foot where it is. Take a breath, breathe out, left leg goes through. If it's too challenging, put the foot on the floor or just hold it there. Breathe in on the return, then off to the other side, breathing out. Again, keep your shoulder back and down and flatten your ribcage. Breathe in on the return, step through again. Foot goes right through. If you're okay with it, take a hold of that with the hand. Shoulder stays back and down on this side though. Breathe in as you return, then off to the other side. Again, if you're okay, take hold of the foot with your hand. It's reasonably difficult though. Breathe in on the return, step all the way through. Extend the hips and reach over the left shoulder. Squeeze your butt. Try and touch the ceiling with the hip bones. It's quite a big movement though. Big stretch, keep stretching, keep reaching. If you've okay and got the room for it, that hand goes down. Breathe out up and over the other side. Again, extend as much as possible. Big stretch. Keep stretching, keep reaching. Drop the butt down. Switch yourself all the way back round. And pull back to your heels for a wee release on the wrists. From there, back up, we'll come into a box position. So, knees underneath the hips, your spine's nice and long, looking direct at the floor, shoulder blades are back and down, tummy's nice and tight. This would be the bird dog, and we've all changed sides throughout. Focus on keep your hips and shoulders square throughout. Your tummy stays tight and lifted. Pelvic floors in. Take a breath here to set yourself up. And then breathe out, big long stretch. Breathe in on the return for 1. Breathe out, big stretch. Breathe in on the return for 2. And there's 3. Stretch as long as you can. When the hand and the knee returns to the floor, you shouldn't feel like you have to move your body and reset your hips because nothing moved. Breathe out, big long stretch. Breathe in on the return. From here, breathe out, either hold the long position or if you can, bend the knee, reach back and touch it for 1. Breathe in. And out, big stretch, hold that and reach back and touch foot for number 2. Breathe in. And out, big stretch, hold that, reach back and touch foot for number 3. And the last one here, breathe in. And out, big stretch, reach back, touch foot for number 4. That hand knee returns to the floor. Spine still nice and long, take a breath. Big long stretch, and either hold that, or reach back and touch foot for 1. Breathe in. And big stretch, hold that, reach back and touch foot for number 2. Breathe in. And hold the long position, or touch foot for number 3. And the last one here, big long stretch, hold that, and reach back and touch foot for number 4. Again, pull back your heels for rear release, if you need it. from their back in reverse position. So left hand will stay down this time. Now keep your hips stacked above your knees. So your left hand will probably just slightly forward of your shoulder. Your other hand will come up beside your head. Now the hips stay stacked because the movement comes from above the hip bones. So breathe in and go as deep as possible, ultimately putting your shoulder on the floor, bending the support arm, and then breathe out all the way up to ceiling for 1. Breathe in. And out for number 2, tummy stays lifted, breathe in. And out for number 3, control the descent, breathe in. And out for number 4, breathe in. And out for number 5, and then the last couple, if you're okay with the opposite leg, reach the way nice and long. Now pull the toes to your shins, squeeze your butt hard, breathe in, focus on the leg that's reaching way behind you, and then breathe out. Now the leg will want to lift when you go down, and want to drop when you go up. So stay in control. For number 8, breathe in, and out for number 9, breathe in. And out for number 10. And then I'll switch it over. So same again on the other side. So right hand will stay down this time, hips are neutral at the top, hands slightly forward with the shoulder, left hand comes up. Again, try and put the shoulder on the floor. Breathe in on the descent. Try to put the shoulder down, bend your support arm, and breathe out all the way to the top for 1. Breathe in, all the way up to the top for number 2. As big a move as you can manage. For number 3, breathe in. And out for number 4, breathe in. And out for 5. If it's the easiest thing ever, make the opposite leg nice and long, move forwards. Again, focus on the leg that's behind you. Breathe in. And out for 1. Breathe in. And out for number 2. There's number 3. Breathe in as big movement as possible for 4. And the last one, breathe in. All the way up top for number 5. And relax. Pull back your heels. And then turn yourself over. So this will be the roll up. So sit as tall as you can. With your belly button pulled in. Take a breath here. And as you breathe out, try and put your spine on the floor 1 vertebra at a time, controlling your descent all the way down. Take a breath. Hands come up alongside the eyes. And breathe out all the way back at the top. So your spine's nice and long again. Take a breath here. Then breathe out as you put your spine back on the floor, controlling your descent. Take a breath. And then peel the spine back off the floor, all the way back up. So breathe in at the top here. Breathe out on the way down. Breathe in here. And then breathe out all the way back up. Spine's as long as possible at the top. For number 4, breathe out, controlling your descent, lay your spine on the floor. Take a breath. Keep the tummy pulled in. For 5. It's easy for you. It's the same movement with the legs straight this time. So take a breath. Roll down through the spine, controlling your descent all the way down. Hands come up alongside the eyes, take a breath, peel the spine back off the floor, all the way back up to nice and tall. Breathe out, control your descent all the way down. Take a breath, peel the spine back off the floor, all the way back up. For number 3, control your descent. Take a breath, back up you come. We've got a couple left. Breathe out all the way down. Belly button stays pulled in, tummy stays tight, layer the spine on the floor. Take a breath and stretch all the way back up. Again, breathe out the way down. Take a breath here. Big stretch over the head. Breathe out all the way back up. From here, this would be spine stretch forward. So pull your toes in, press knees on the floor. Now your pelvis doesn't move because it's for the lumbar spine above that the stretch will come from. So don't try and stretch your hamstrings. So you want to sit as tall as you can. Imagine there's a Swiss ball here. You just curl your body over it. So take a breath. Keep the pelvic floor lifted away from the floor. Keep the legs straight, the toes are pulled up. As you breathe out, Reach forward, but stay nice and tall. Breathe in on the way back up, restacking your spine. And then breathe out. Again, big stretch. Breathe in on the way back up. Spine's nice and long, reach through the crown of your head at the top. And then breathe out. Big stretch. Restart the spine as you breathe in all the way back at the top. Again, breathe out, big long movement. Breathe in on the way back up. And the last one here, take a breath. Reach as far forward as you can. Breathe in on the journey back up. Bend the knees. Keep your spine as long as possible. Join the hands together. Shoulder blades are back and down. Now hinge back at the hips, bring your chin to your chest. Your belly button stays super tight. Hands stay in front of the sternum. Take a breath. And then breathe out and twist for 1. Breathe in. And out for 2. Breathe in. And out for 3. Breathe in. Twist as far as you can for 4. Remember the spine stays nice and long for 5. If it feels too easy for 6. Hinge a wee bit further back at your hips. Still too easy, you can let your feet float away from the floor. Halfway there, breathe in and out, big twist for 1. And 2, breathe in and out for 3. Breathe in and out for 4. There's number 5. Breathe in and out for 6. For 7. Breathe in, big twist for 8. Tummy stays tight. Focus on keeping the pelvic floor lifted. All the way back at the top. From there, this will be the easy teaser. So, let the legs float off the floor. Arms will be in line with my shin. Take a breath here to set yourself up. Breathe out, roll down through your spine. Hands come up alongside the eyes. Breathe out, back up the top. Breathe out, roll down. Control as I said. Hands come up. And then breathe out the way back up. Spine's nice and long at the top. Breathe out on the way down. Breathe in here. Breathe out on the way back up. And breathe in at the top again. Here's number 4. And then breathe out. And the last one here. Breathe out the way down. Take a breath. Breathe out the way back up. Legs go nice and long. Roll down on your left hand side. For the side kick. You can line yourself at the edge of the mat. And keep the bottom leg on the floor. Or bring it up here to make it a wee bit easier. Arm position can be here or here to support your head. Issues with your neck, you probably shouldn't go with this one. Hand stays in front for support. Now nothing moves above the hip bones at all. Hands in front, take a breath here. Top leg floats away. Pelvis is neutral, tummy is nice and tight. If you're okay with the bottom leg, also comes up nice and long. This will be a top leg side kick, so movement comes from the hip only. So press the leg straight, point your toes. Breathe in as the top leg moves back. And then breathe out as you kick the top leg forward, pull the toes up. Point the toes on the way back. Breathe out, kick the leg forward with the toes pulled. Point the toes on the return. And then pull the toes up. Flex the ankle. Breathe in and out. Leg stays parallel to the floor. Tummy stays pulled in super tight. You should feel a wee stretch in the hamstrings at the end there. We have 4 left. Breathe out. And breathe in on the return. Breathe out. And in on the return. Tummy stays nice and tight. The whole thing moves as the top leg. Be aware of where your waist is released to the floor. That should not change. Breathe in. And then pull the toes up. That leg returns from there. Both legs come back together. We're going to lift the top leg away from the bottom leg. Only enough so the bottom leg can still reach the top leg. Turn the bottom leg out slightly so the heel's higher on the toes. Take a breath and lift for 1. Breathe in and out for 2 and 3. Breathe in and out for 4 and 5. Here's 6. Breathe in and out for 7 and 8. Breathe in and out for 9 and 10. From there, top leg stays where it is. Dip your big toes in the pain. Movement comes from the hip only. Breathe out, draw as large a circle as possible. And the movement comes from your hip only. For 2, breathe in. And out for 3, breathe in. and out for 4, breathe in, and out for number 5, and reverse for 1, breathe in, and out for 2, breathe in, and out for number 3. There's 2 left, here's one of them, and while we already there is the other, both legs return. Now normally you just hold this in Pilates stance, and you're going to come right up at your side for the side bridge. So elbows in line with the back of the mat underneath your shoulder, you have the feet stacked, or the knees stacked, sorry, feet in line with the back of the mat, your butt is, and so is the shoulder. So it'll either be from here, or there, or stagger the feet, or stacked on the top of each other, and hold the top position, looking for a long straight line, all the way down the body, with the chest open. Tummy stays tight, and keep breathing throughout. But keep pelvis neutral, tummy's tight, hips are square, chest open. Keep holding. Keep holding. Almost, sorry, kinda, just about there. 10 seconds left. Stay nice and strong, keep the hips neutral, the chest open. For 3, for 2, for 1. And then forward you go on your front. So, that's a proper old school Pilates back extension. So, heads on the forehead's on the floor, your arms are by your sides here. Now focus on keeping the tummy lifted away from the floor, that's what's going to protect your lower back. Take a breath here, and then as you breathe out, squeeze the butt for 1, breathe in, and out for 2, legs stay on the floor for 3, for 4, tummy stays tight for 5, and 6, breathe in, and out for 7, here's number 8, there's number 9, and there is number 10. Go back to the heels for a wee release on your spine if you need it. And then straight forward you come back in front, both arms reach nice and long. So belly button's pulled in, arms are long. Take a breath, keep the tummy tight, opposite arm, opposite leg, big long stretch for 1, breathe in, and out for 2. Now there'll be a natural lift when you reach away, so you don't have to lift the legs and the arms as high as possible. Breathe out, big stretch, and it's pretty much just a feel in the length with a natural lift. 4 left, breathe in and out for 4, and 3, here's number 2, and the last one right here. Forehead goes back on the floor. Now leave the legs down, squeeze your butt hard, pull the belly button in as tight as possible, keep it away from the floor. Take a breath here, and then make your spine long, like you try to touch whatever's direct in front of you with the top of the head, but keep the tummy pulled in super tight, let the hands float away from the floor, thumbs go up, and just hold that position. But keep squeezing your butt hard, but leave the legs on the floor, spine's long, head's looking straight down, keep holding, for 3, for 2, for 1, keep holding, legs never go long, turn the feet out, both arms move behind you, palms face the floor with the thumbs out, squeeze the shoulder blades together and then pulse for 1, and 2, for 3, for 4, and 5, tummy stays tight for 6, 7, 8, here's 9, there's 3 left, there's 2 left, there's 1 left, and relax. And pull back your heels, again for a wee release on your spine. Straight forward you go, on the opposite side for the other side of your side kick. Again, support your head whichever way works best for you. Line yourself up at the edge of the mat. Keep the hips vertical and neutral, tummy super tight, pelvic floor is lifted. Take a breath here. Breathe out as the top leg floats away. Breathe out as the other leg floats away, but if you're not strong enough, you can leave that on the floor. Top hand stays in front for support, so point the toes as you breathe in, pull the leg back. Breathe out, pull the leg, toes up for 1. Point the toes and pull. Pull the toes up as you breathe out for 2. Point the toes on the way back. Pull the toes up as you kick forward for 3. Breathe in. And out for 4. Breathe in. Leg returns. Pull the leg up for 5. So point the toes on the journey back. Pull them up so you feel a wee stretch in the hamstrings at the top here. 4, 7. Breathe in. And out for number 8. 2 left. Here's 1. Big stretch. And here's the last one. Big stretch at the top. Both legs return back to the top position. Now lift the top leg up. Rotate the bottom leg out so the heel's higher on your toes. Now don't lift the top leg so high the bottom leg can't touch it. But keep the hips stacked. Keep the tummy super tight to control everything. Breathe out for 1. Breathe in and out for 2. Squeeze at the top for 3. For 4. Breathe in and out for 5. And 6. For 7. There's 3 left. There's 2 left. Here's your last one. Squeeze at the top. Both legs return. Top leg stays nice and long. Point your toes. Take a breath here. Breathe out. Draw as large a circle as possible. The movement comes from the hip only. 4, 2. Breathe in. And out for 3. Breathe in. And out for 4. And there's number 5. And then reverse for 1. Breathe in. And out for number 2. Breathe in. As big a movement as possible. For number 3. There's only 2 left. There's 1 of them. Breathe in. And out. And there's the other. Legs come back together. And we'll come up for the other side of the side bridge. So elbows in line with the back of the mat. And the feet in whichever position you were in the last time. Take a breath though. Float to your top position. Chest stays open. Tummy stays tight. And keep breathing. Good. Keep holding. And keep breathing. Chest open, long straight line all the way down. Now I think this is reasonably tough, so if you're okay, keep going. Ten seconds. Stay strong guys, keep holding, keep holding. 5 seconds. For 3, here's 2, here's 1. Relax. Long way. So, roll down through your spine. So, this is just going to be hip extension. So, we'll do a couple different ones from here though. Now your spine should be neutral, so there'll be a wee space underneath your lower back. Wee space underneath your lower back, so hips, knees, ankles stay in one strong straight line. The weight's towards your heels, but your feet stay flat on the floor. From here, I'm going to take a breath at the bottom. Then as I breathe out, I'm going to start my pelvic tilt, so imprint my spine on the floor. Then focus on squeezing my butt for the bottom, all the way to the top, for 1. Breathe in. Again, tilt and squeeze for the bottom all the way up for number 2. Breathe in. Tilt and squeeze all the way up for number 3. Breathe in. Again, breathing stays the same. Tilt stays the same. So make a point of focusing on tilting before you lift. And squeezing your backside for the bottom all the way up. Big squeeze. Now we're not bothered about imprint your spine on the way back down like a shoulder bridge, but we do want to do the kind of shoulder bridge technique on the way up. So tilt, squeeze for the bottom all the way at the top, but just return, tilt and squeeze all the way up. Weight stays towards the heels, your hips, knees and ankles stay in one line. At the top, the rib cage stays down. If your ribcage starts to flare up, you've lost the position. You've been in a hyperextension. Big squeeze at the top, we've got 2 left. Breathe in. Tilt, squeeze all the way up for 1. Return as you breathe in. Tilt and squeeze all the way up for number 2. From here, back down you come. Now open the feet up wider, maybe even wider than your mat actually. Now turn your toes out. Now make a point of pulling the knees out so they stay in line with the toes. This will hit a different part of your backside. It'll feel well different. Take a breath though. Breathe out all the way to the top position. God, yeah, feels hard already. Right, hold it right there. Keep the knees pulled out and then pulse at the top for 1. So a small movement for 2, for 3, for 4, and 5. Knees stay pulled open for 6, and 7. Here's number 8, and 9. Big squeeze at the top for 10. 2 left for 1. And there's another. Squeeze and hold it. Keep squeezing. For 3, for 2, for 1. Relax. Hug your knees to your chest for a release. From there, take the left leg, point straight towards the ceiling. The right leg points away. From here, your right hand's just above the knee. Take a breath and climb up as you breathe out for 1, 2, 3. Now pull the leg in for a wee stretch at the top. Release the stretch and come back down for 1, 2. Breathe out and climb for 1, 2, 3. Pull the stretch on just a wee bit more. Legs should still be relaxed though. Back down you come for 1, 2. Last one. Breathe out and climb for 1, 2, 3. Again, pull the leg in for the wee stretch. From there, back down you come. Breathe in, switch the legs over. Left hand's above the right knee this time. Breathe out and climb for 1, 2, 3. Now the head stays forward, looking parallel to the floor. Pull the stretch on. Back down you come for 1, 2. Breathe out and climb for 1, 2, 3. Again, pull the stretch on a wee bit. Nothing too drastic though. Legs should still be relaxed. Back down you come for 1, 2. And the last one here, breathe out for 1, 2, 3. Again, pull the stretch on, the head reaching forwards. Should feel pretty relaxed on your neck though. Then you come for 1, 2. Hug the knees to the chest. Put your head back on the floor. If you need to be release. From there, right hand goes to the side of the left knee, left hand goes to the ankle. Now you want to maintain neutral on your lower back here, so your lower back shouldn't touch the floor at all. Tummy stays nice and tight, leg reaches closer to the ceiling for easier, down to the floor for harder. Tips of shoulder blades stay on the floor. Breathe in as the legs pass out to below for 1. Breathe in and out for 2, 3. Breathe in and out for 4 and 5. Here's 6 and 7. Breathe in and out for 8. Here's 9. Breathe in out and 10 for 1, 2. There's 3, 4. There's 5. Breathe in for 6, for 7. 3 left, 2 left. Last one. Both knees come in. This time for the double leg stretch. So there's a couple of ways to do this. The original way would just be here. Take a breath and reach. Arms go down. Breathe out your tongue for 1. Breathe in and out for 2. Breathe in and out for 3. Hips stay neutral throughout for 4. Otherwise, breathe in. Big stretch. Circle move the arms for 1. Big stretch. Circle move the arms for 2. Breathe in and out. Big movement for 3. Breathe in and out. Big movement for 4. Tummy stays tight for 5. Head goes back on the floor for release. From there, this would be the crisscross. So now when the knee comes in, angle, you're trying to angle your armpit towards the knee, not your elbow right over towards it. So hands are here to support the head, elbows stay up, your shoulder blades stay back and down. Knees come up to tabletop position, right leg reaches away. Take a breath, up you come, then breathe in as the legs pass for 2, breathe in for 3 and 4, for 5 and 6, here's 7, 9, there's 10. Keep going if you're okay with it, stop if you have to. For 3, breathe in for 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's number 9, here's number 10. If it's okay, go straight legs for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 left. Last 2, Last one. And relax. From there, pull both knees in. Lock to top position. There you go, make as tight a shape as possible here. Pull the knees in as tight as you can. From there, maintain this tight shape, breathe in as you roll back. Breathe out, come back up. Try and catch the top position for roll like a ball. Breathe in and out, maintain your tight position. Breathe in. For 3, couple left. Here's 1. And the last one here. Breathe in. For 2. From there. Center yourself back in your mat. Left hand goes in line with the edge of the mat. This will be the side bend, we're almost there. So I'm going to take a breath and then I breathe out as I come up, big stretch at the top, reach right over the head, breathe in on the return, take the hips down, then breathe out, straight back up and over you go. Breathe in and out for number 3. And then if you're okay with it, pull the feet in, breathe out, go as fast as the space as possible, reach through. On the way back, keep an eye on your fingertips. All the way over, hand goes down and cross the legs, fingertips face forwards. Pull your shoulder blades back and down, take a breath and then breathe out, extend the hips up. Now keep the head forward, point the toes, squeeze shoulder blades together, that's pretty much as hard as you can. Looking for a long straight line, if it's too much, bend the knees and go for the tabletop. Otherwise, try and keep the legs nice and straight. And hold it right there, keep breathing. For 3, here's 2, here's 1. Down you come. Then you switch over to the other side. I'll switch it here. Throw the right hand goes down. Keep the chest open and take a breath. Breathe out, up and over you go, big stretch at the top. Breathe in on the return. If you're strong enough, don't be that down. Then breathe out, big stretch. Breathe in on the return, and then breathe out, big stretch. And then if you're going for the twist, bring the feet through, reach as far to the wee space as you can manage. You'll be upside down, so be careful. From there, breathe in, keep an eye on fingertips, all the way over, and cross the legs. Bring yourself forwards, and roll down through your spine. And this will be shoulder stand scissors. So there's a couple of ways to do this. If the legs are nice and long, keep the belly button pulled in, take a breath, legs go right up and over, hands come here and support your butt. Now take a breath as the legs pass and head to go long, breathe in and out for 2, breathe in and out for 3 and 4, breathe in and out for 5 and 6, for 7, there's 8, here's number 9, there's 10, there's only 2 left for 1 and 2. Roll down through the spine. Hug your knees to your chest, or happy baby. Flex the ankles and then pull the knees in, as tight as you can really. And keep breathing throughout. From there, right leg goes straight if you've got the room for it. Lace your fingers above the left knee. Pull it in and try and straighten the leg as much as possible. Otherwise, as close to ankle as you can manage. Pull the leg up so it feels like a decent stretch. For your knee to your backside. Now don't pull the leg that much it starts to quiver and shake. Otherwise that'd be too much. But keep holding and keep breathing. Switch over, other leg, lace the fingers together or closer to the ankle, whatever works for you, and then straight up, or hold further towards you. Keep the leg as straight as you can. From breathe out, let me come to the top. So you want to sit as tall as you can, leave the left leg where it is, cross the right leg over it. Now you've got to hug that towards your body, as tight as you can, your leg against you. If it's okay for you though, catch the knee in the crook of the elbow, and then hug the leg across your body as tight as you can. Try to make good contact with inside the thigh and your torso here.